I'll never forget the day I got a call from Glenn's coworker that he had been hurt at work and was being rushed to the hospital. He had fallen 8 feet from a roof and had hit the concrete.
I was actually helping a lady in our church. Her husband was bedridden and she had some roof damage from a storm that had come through earlier that year. So I went over to help her out and I fell off her roof and landed on her entryway sidewalk. I remember waking up and looking at my boss who was standing on the roof and looked at him and said, "I am messed up."
I was at work and I got a call from Glenn's boss and I could hear the sirens in the background while we were on the phone. My thoughts went to, how bad is it? Is he going to recover? What does he look like? How are we going to pay for this? Was CHM going to share the costs that this was going to incur? You know, naturally your mind just goes to those type of questions. Within a minute or two, I had texted our group of friends and told them, there's been an accident, Glenn's on his way to the hospital, and it took me less than 10 minutes to get there, but before I even arrived, our friends had already arrived. So we just immediately had people right there at our side. He did have 8 fractured ribs, all on his left side. He had a pretty serious concussion because he doesn't remember some of the accident. And then also he had some pretty bruised lungs on that left side. So they were concerned with fluid building up. So they watched that for a few days. But he was able to come home that next week because they said there's not a lot that you can do for fractured ribs other than just time. They will just have to heal on their own time.
One of the things that brought us comfort was the staff at CHM wasn't concerned about the financial side and encouraged Misty to not worry about it, get him taken care of, get him out of the hospital, call us when things have settled down, and then we'll begin that process.
As the bills began to come in, the amount kept rising and rising, but the hospital that Glenn was fortunately taken to in our town was a 90% self-pay discounted hospital. So I was completely shocked when I actually called and told them that we were self-pay, and the lady said, "No problem, we will apply the discount and send you a new invoice."
The hospital originally charged more than $268,000, but Misty and CHM negotiated a discount of over $240,000. CHM shared the remaining $28,000. A lot of people had communicated that the recovery would be a long process, which it was a long process. I'd heard from many people that you'd have constant pain when you would turn, things of that nature. And today, I'm predominantly pain-free. It was nice to know that CHM worked. We have had conventional healthcare for years, and it never worked to the extent that CHM did. It was such a relief not to be burdened with that debt.
Now I can say that CHM has been and done more than we could have ever imagined.
God used CHM to show us that we could rely on Him. He was walking with us every step of the way.